Midnight pre-patch event being tested. Beta's now live. Tons of things coming out since beta has been gone. So let's just dive straight in and see all the things that we now know about Midnight. First off, the Midnight pre-launch event, or the pre-patch event as we like to call it, is going to be tested, and everyone will be able to test this thing, whether or not you pre-ordered the game or not. November 17th, Blizzard is going to open up a Midnight pre-launch event server. Okay, that's what it's going to be called. This thing will be up for 2 hours, and you'll be able to run around and do the pre-patch event stuff in this server. So you transfer over your current characters, do the pre-patch stuff. Blizzard's doing this as a test to see how the pre-patch stuff works. This experiment will begin with the Cult Within in Stormwind if you're the Alliance, or Orgrimmar if you're on the Horde. You will eventually lead all players to the Twilight Highlands in the Eastern Kingdoms. The event in the Twilight Highlands has a rapid cadence and should appear in the event tracker, which you can view by opening your map and clicking on the events tab, and it appears on the map, and you go out and do it. So there you go. If you actually want to test out this stuff, you'll be able to do so. It's 11 PST to 13 PST. So there you go. This is military time, which means it's 11 to 1 Pacific time. For me, that's about 3-hour difference. So we're talking about 12 to 4 or 12 to 2. Yeah. So look at your time differences and figure out if you actually want to get on these servers and test this stuff out. Also, thanks to beta coming out, we now have the login screen, guys. So there it is. The login screen, the thing that honestly, I log in so quick now. I rarely ever see this thing. But there it is. The login screen for Midnight. I think it's kind of cool, right? It's I guess we're going with the Portals theme for all of these expansions now. Everything being sucked in. Are we ever going to get back to the days of like the Wrath of the Lich King launch screens or Cataclysm? Probably not. I guess we're just going with Swirly Boys from here on out. But nonetheless, it's a decent one. I'll take it. Nothing too exciting. Nothing too not exciting. Just an average login screen. Yeah, cool dark portal. Okay, beta. What is important about beta right now? And that's testing your characters. So a lot of people right now are copying their characters over. Yes, this isn't beta. A lot of people are taking their characters over to test them out. Well, Blizzard knows the system's a bit broken right now, so just know that they have apologized for it and are attempting to do a quick restart to beta servers to fix people's ability to transfer over their characters. Yes, you can take your retail character over, transfer to beta servers to test them out if you want to do that. Now, the main thing about beta right now is class tuning. Class tuning is what it's all about, guys. You really got to test out your classes, figure out how they're going to play, because class tuning is a major, major thing. Everyone's classes have been changed in a drastic way. Part of it's because of the removal of add-ons, so making your rotations a little bit easier. And part of it's because Blizzard wants to simplify the game in a way to, as they say, make it more accessible. Now, people say it's becoming because the game is going to iOS and Android eventually. I think that's a funny thing to say. I don't think that's what's happening here. Yes, the game will be on Xbox, but again, that's not because it's a console game. It's because the new Xbox is, in fact, going to be a PC, and that's why. It's going to have the Battle.net launcher and everything. And besides the point, classes will be an important thing to test. All the things you'll be able to test right now on beta. We're talking about all zones, the Silvermoon Hub City, new allied races, the Horonir. That's what I'm going to be doing today. Devour Demon Hunter specialization, Void Elf Demon Hunters, Erator's Journey, new dungeons, new raids, new world bosses, new delves, the prey system, Arcantina, new activities, journeys, talent updates, of course, PvP updates, profession updates, housing, new player and returning player experiences, and user interface updates, which we'll talk about here in a second. So big things coming. Are you going to make a DK for the Horonir? I would have, but it's not available. I don't think they can be Death Knights. So I'll look at what classes they can be. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a Druid today just to see what that looks like. I know The Last Titan will continue with this Portal-style theme, but I pray The Last Titan is actually the last expansion before WoW 2.0. We'll see. I hope it's the last Portal theme screen at least, but we'll see. It could be a soft reset. Look, we've already seen some 2.0 as stuff. Silvermoon looks like a WoW 2.0. It does, from the images I've seen. Maybe we'll go see it actually in the game soon. But we'll see if the game continues to iterate in the direction that it is heading, which does feel like there are some 2.0 refreshes coming for sure. Class survival guides, guys. So there are so many changes to your classes right now. This is a really cool survival guide that you can look at to tell you kind of what's going on with your class, right? We got abilities that have been added. abilities that have been removed because a lot of classes have lost a lot of abilities, and then an overall kind of block that tells you the changes that have happened. I'm going to link this in the chat. I'm also going to link it down below the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, you guys can check out your specific classes and kind of get like a little bit of a summary of what's going on so you can understand maybe how your rotation might work going forward, or some of the abilities that are no longer part of your rotation, right? This is going to be the biggest thing about beta. This will honestly determine whether or not beta is as a success or not. If Blizzard can balance this shit right and get it done right, we'll see if it actually, the classes feel good, I should say, going into midnight. That's what we're going to find out here soon. I didn't want to see your filthy Canadian beaver hands on a druid. Please don't fuck up another class. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to fuck it up real good. I'm telling you that right now. Speaking of druids, because I am going to make the hoariest Hornier Druid today, we're looking at Druid customizations, actually, for Hornier. So they're going to have some cool customizations. You'll be able to customize your colors, a few other things here. Different ear sizes. So there you go, medium, big, large. Just looking at some of these images here. Noses, pointy, not pointy. Fur colors for the cat forms as well. So looking at some different colors here. This is a pretty cool one. Pick your favorite color. Different ear sizes for the cat forms as well. And pointy noses, if you feel like having that. Those are the customizations we can see right now. Oh, we also got travel form. Are we really traveling as an otter? Is that what's going on here? Okay, so we got different colorways here, different ear sizes as well. Damn, that's a freaking huge ears on that one. And then nose shapes as well. You got your pointy boys and stuff like that. So there you go. You are my favorite color. Thanks, I appreciate that. Tell me, please, I am wrong. You're not wrong. Okay, so there we go. Diving straight into more things. New achievements coming in midnight that we can now see thanks to beta. Solo Delve Hall of Fame is now expanded to 10,000 players, which was previously 1,000 players. Great news for the Gregs of accounting out there who work a second job, they're not streamers. They don't have time to just run this shit constantly. Also good news for those classes out there whose boss fights maybe are a little bit more difficult early on in the expansion when compared to others, maybe like tanking classes or something. So this is good. Your chance to get a Hall of Famer on the double question mark Delve boss, which this time around is Nellius. Yeah, Nelly coming in as a Delve boss, I guess. You can fight him. If you're the first 10,000 to kill him, you get yourself a Hall of Fame achievement. Another achievement that you're going to be recognized for going forward now is Cutting Edge. That's right. Cutting Edge getting a new reward. So if you don't know what Cutting Edge, it's your mythic shit, right? You get a mythic kill before the next season starts. You finish out the raid on mythic, you get yourself the Cutting Edge achievement. Now you'll also get trophies for Cutting Edge. So we see the first couple trophies here that we can get for getting Cutting Edge kills here for your house, right? Put it on a trophy shelf. Build yourself out, make yourself look really cool. Can't read, confirmed. That's always been confirmed here on the stream. So looking at these, it's really cool. The only sad thing is this is not going to be retroactive. So it looks like you're Cutting Edge going forward. You'll get trophies, but any Cutting Edges you previously had, you will not get trophies for, which is kind of sad. I mean, I have so many Cutting Edge achievements. I would love to get some trophies for what I've done in the past, but the past is the past, I guess, guys. We're not going to get any trophies for any of those kills, but there it is. Cool things going forward for anyone who gets Cutting Edge. Okay, mounts. Let's dive straight in. We got more mounts to talk about. And of course, we got a little bit of druidy looking stuff here. Or I should say Harnier looking theme stuff. These things haven't been working. So we got another cat form boy. Yeah, cool. I don't really care for these cat forms. I'll be honest. These aren't exactly my favorite mounts here. Another cat form here. How we earn these isn't really said yet. PH. Okay, but this one's really cool. So we'll be able to ride around on a previous Scarlet Crusaders mount. That's right. This one is called the Relinquished Scarlet Charger. No longer a tool for the Scarlet Crusade. This charger now guides recruits down the path of the light with renewed purpose. The source is the Relinquished Relics quest. I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, a glorious looking mount for sure. This is a badass horsey boy. People of the Light definitely going to want this one, and it's got the Scarlet Crusade logo on the front. I mean, who doesn't want this? Of course, every racist out there is going to want to ride this thing around too, because, the Scarlets are who they are. But this is a really cool one. Definitely one I'm going to want to get. The Scarlet Crusade, I've always enjoyed their lore, and having one of their mounts, yeah, definitely a positive there. Also, more mounts. We got more Firehawk looking boys. A green one here that you'll be able to get from the Isle of Quel'Thalas. This looks like it's a World Quest one. Another Hawky boy here, a blue one. So that's cool. We got more of these Hawk Striders as well. Never been a fan of the Hawk Striders, I'll be honest. Looking back at this, we see this launcher for these model viewers just isn't working. But here we have the contained Stormian Defender. Okay, this one's actually cool. It looks like a kaiju, honestly. It's another iteration on the Gargoyle Boss mount, so that's a cool looking skeleton. How I'll be able to get it? Well, aggressive, source pH, nothing. So we don't know how we're going to get this one yet. More Caddy Boys, more Hawk Striders, of course. There's going to be a lot of Hawk Striders. You know, we're going to be in Silver Moon. All this shit's going down. So yeah, a lot of Hawk Strider mounts. Again, I've never been a fan of the Hawk Strider. Probably the best Hawk Strider mount I've seen. The Turkey Boy, definitely. The Scarlet Horse will match the Warrior X-Mog earned in Remix. Okay, the X-Mog of the Scarlet team. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, the Scarlet mount's definitely the best of the mounts that we reviewed here so far. Okay, going on forward with changes to core gameplay, guys. Blizzard's promised that they're going to make the game easier, right? Changes going forward. We know that interrupts are disappearing from healers. We know that we're losing add-ons. So these mechanics in Mythic Plus are supposed to be easier. And here's the first step forward with that. Blizzard has now revealed, or through data mining, it has been revealed that we have increases on Xal'atath's bargain abilities for cast times. So for Ascendant from Xal'atath's bargain, the cast time's now 8 seconds, was 6.5. For Voidbound, it is now an 18-second cast, was a 15-second cast. And then for Devour, it now also slows the user by 10%. But the good thing with Devour is because it's a slow now, you can get out of it by just using any snare removal abilities, dispel yourself other ways, and that stuff will be gone. So definitely easier affixes to deal with. Blizzard said they're going to make these things easier. Easier boss mechanics, easier affixes, better way to play the game in terms of accessibility where you don't require 36-week auras to get shit done. Also, speaking of dispels and things like that, we've been using now these new icon raid frames. We can see them now in beta. This is really cool stuff. And we can now see a bunch of how the dispels on the raid frames are going to look. So honestly, really pretty looking logos. Really nice looking stuff. We can now see bleeds, diseases, poison, curses, and other magic abilities that you can dispel. Nice looking stuff here. I like the way this looks, nice and clean. You can see how it kind of outlines the boxes, changes the color of the top of the box a little bit. So visually, this looks telling. Looks like you're not going to need the add-on for raid frames anymore. This is a nice looking raid frames here and good looking stuff to dispel. Looks visually like it's intuitive. You'll be able to see it and actually tell what's going on. And finally here, the last piece of news, proof that Blizzard in fact watches my stream. Ky'veza's Delve mechanic has been nerfed. Which mechanic specifically? The Dark Massacre Nether Phantoms. Those pieces of shit that I told you guys, the frontal cone that you have to aim at visually is way too narrow. It's stupid. It's absolutely ridiculous how freaking narrow that thing is. Well, Blizzard has widened the cone. Now to a significantly greater degree, the massacres now tolerate a bigger range of kind of looking at them, both in the single question mark and double question mark difficulties. Well, it's time to finish it, I guess. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I was doing this live on stream yesterday for like, what was it, 45 minutes? And those damn frontal shots were just destroying me. One, because Blizzard decided to put a fucking line on a burgundy floor, which I'd never understand. And then two, because that frontal cone's just way too narrow. Well, now it's a little bit wider, should be more doable. We'll see. Anyways, I'm not doing Ky'veza today. We're diving straight into beta, Horror content, and everything else. But for today, that is all in terms of news.